whoever focuses on price competition is actually not the right way of doing this. Competition should be with value, and this is what it's shifting right now.
Welcome to the Future of Hospitality podcast. I'm your co-host Gabi, and today we have the awesome Khalifa here. Hi, Khalifa.
Hi, Gabby. How are you?
I am doing good. I'm excited for this episode. You have done so much in the industry. You do consultancy. You're currently growing HostelHop. I think you're a jack of all trades, to be honest.
Yeah, I love to do multiple businesses. I've been a consultant for the last 13 years, and now HostelHop been quite a ride, and it's amazing to see it grow and to bring it to a fruitful stage.
Yeah. If an hostel has 10 hours this week for growth, where should they spend it all in?
I think the first thing, what I call is the window shop. So basically, you have to focus on your profile, your visibility. And I would say either it's your website or your OTA listing. Most of hostels, I think, especially the smaller ones, should focus on their profile, on their OTAs, to make sure the pictures are good. This is the first thing will drive conversion to the hostel, because if you have outdated pictures, not that attractive, usually people will look at your product and just move away. So if you have something attractive, it's not the price that they will be attracted to, is what do you have? So I think the profile is first thing you should focus on.
Yeah. I think the profile is like candy for the eyes, right? You are locking like people to your hostel or even your accommodation. You also say like OTAs are often a marketing engine that is 24/7 on, right? People are 24/7 seeing your product.
Yeah.
What is like the mindset change?
Basically it's your first impression,
Yeah. What needs to be the mindset change for property owners to really understand that OTAs are not only taking margins, but they're also really like this magnet for new visitors?
Yeah, I feel like, especially like if you're trying to get into the market, you need visibility. And the biggest visibility available right now is the OTAs. This is how you're going to attract the customer. This is your first impression in the market. And then people get to know you. You be more visible to other customers. Slowly, you grow your own customers by making sure you put the value that you have. You put your products, your services. Also, make sure to have a clear description of your hostel, so people would actually read and be interested to book with you. And then slowly you grow customers, you grow your own direct bookings and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're already diving into it, but I always do a quick rapid fire with my guests to have a little bit of a fun time. So are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
What is your favorite hostel city to wake up in?
Hard one. I would say hostel. It's kind of a two question, like a hostel or a city. So I think I would say Barcelona or Belgrade. I have very strong ties with Belgrade. I met my partner there, and I stayed the longest, I think, in a hostel in Belgrade. So yeah, the traveling theater hostel. So yeah.
So Belgrade is a beautiful city. What is the most underrated amenity in the hostel?
Most underrated, I would say kitchen, communal kitchen or toilets. But I think kitchen is the most underrated. Like, it's something really backpackers do need, and they want to save money and have this service available.
Yeah, totally agree. What is the most overused buzzword in hospitality?
Buzzword. I think local or maybe authentic.
Yeah, yeah,
This is like mostly, which is not, yeah, sometimes doesn't show it's local or authentic, but they just use it a lot, I guess.
good one, really good one. The founder you would love to swap playbooks with.
Hmm. I think Matt, the CEO of Muse, maybe, or maybe Brian, um, Airbnb.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
think they most align with my vision, maybe. I think.
yeah, I would also
Good
love to do
question.
that. Yeah, also would love them. Okay, the last question here: photos or reviews? What wins more bookings today?
Photos or reviews? Hmm. People do like to see nice photos. As I said earlier, it's the first impression, but reviews are more important because this is the reality of what's happening behind those photos. So I think
Hmm.
photos.
Okay, okay. So I think you have a really impressive story how you became an entrepreneur within hospitality and you're now the CEO of HostelHop. I think it's one of the coolest stories that I heard. So you started really young. Can you tell me something how you started that young and what were your first motivation to come in this hospitality industry?
Wow, this is actually a very long answer, but I'll try to make it concise for this. So, as you can see in my profile, I've been into multiple businesses. I started my career in India, actually. I started my first my own business, a call center in India. And then while traveling, I learned more about hospitality, came back home to Bahrain, and then started my real estate company, construction company, slowly grown to manage the properties. And then I liked the management. And then I started the hospitality management for around 6, 7 years. Then I used to recruit for people, for the hotels or whoever, like companies, slowly grown to a very big recruitment company, actually. And then I expanded to Europe. I think that's where my life changed. Then I came to Europe. I was traveling, exploring, just having fun. One day I met the founder of HostelHop,
Hmm.
and that was my first time in a hostel. I used to be a hotel person, a business consultant that has nothing to do with hostels and only managing hotels and stuff. And then that's when I met the founder and we spoke about it. And I was like, wow, what is this? Like, I've never stayed in a hostel. Then I tried it. I met people.
Hmm.
I discovered how amazing this community is to
Yeah.
make friends, to do experiences together, the freedom of exploring with no limits. Like every journey felt like a story to be told. And I just wanted everybody to have the same experience. So I thought this is where I should actually um, start. Like I want to make people
Hmm.
have the best experience. And HostelHop isn't just a hostel booking engine. It's about supporting the travelers, the backpackers to explore hostels that they like
Hmm.
and support this community of travelers who want to see the world and keep traveling. So I think this is how I end up with HostelHop. And it's been amazing to see how people think. I think people mostly nowadays think about what to do more than where to go. And this is something challenging um, to actually provide as a service because a lot of people have different demands and different views and different wants. So I think this is what excites me to work on, I guess, with Hustle Hop.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think there is this change between where so usually it was like, okay, I'm just going to Mexico, but now it's why am I going? What can I experience there? Why do you think there is that change? And I think is that change also really especially in the hostel world or throughout whole hospitality?
I think it's in general. Like personally, I do travel as well. Since the beginning, I always think, okay, I'm going to, let's say, I don't know, Mexico, as you said, but what I'm gonna do there.
Mm,
So I think people, especially now with the social media and online presence, like there's lots to do, lots to see.
mm,
So people are like not only thinking where to go because there's a lot of things similar, let's say, or a lot of experiences to experience.
mm,
So they start to choose depending on what they want to do, and
mm.
then they decide where to go.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, this is how it works.
No, yeah, really interesting. And I also heard you talking about like the community aspect that's becoming really important. Could you tell maybe something more about that?
So what I think about community is, so you you want travelers to experience and be connected and be in a community. So basically, what I think about community is you provide the space,
Mm,
the experience, and the facilities that the travelers will actually create this community. Because I think we don't create the community. Like most of people post and use the word community,
mm,
join our community, and they're trying to build communities. I think the most important part of making a community or creating it is actually not by focusing on creating it, it's focusing on providing the the elements and services and things that those people that you're targeting need to bring them into your space, and
mm.
that space becomes your community.
Yeah. So rewarding is also really important to do that, to get them into that space.
Right.
What are,
um,
what works and what doesn't work?
what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. For the community. Like what is like something you're doubling down on building the community behind HostelHop?
I think first, as I said, like giving the experience, like providing the actual value
Mm,
for the audience, like for the targeted market, like what they need, what they want, and how they want it, where they actually lack.
mm,
To give them the full support. This is how you attract them towards you, how you make them like come towards you. I think. Give them the feeling of safe, trust, and belonging.
mhm.
And I think having those elements is where your community grows and builds, I think.
Yeah. Really interesting. I think that's also like really tactical what you're saying, also for hustles and for people building communities, how they can do that. I know you're also a big fan of partnerships. For example, you and HustleHub and Flixbus have this
Right.
partnership. Why is partnership so important in hospitality?
Personally, I love doing partnership. I believe in, like, since I'm young, I believe in partnerships because you support other companies that can support you as well. And
Mm,
having more partners means having more to offer.
mm,
So, for example, and if we take the Flixbus example, it's like we are partnering with Flixbus to provide the hostels an add-on to provide to the travelers. And by doing that, we're actually providing travelers ease and discounts on traveling. So it's like we're bringing in the benefits for both, and we're creating this attachment between the hostels and the traveler,
mm.
and also to our platform. So yeah, I think this is the best way to having more partners, having more to offer
Mm.
is actually the key of success. This is what I used to do since the start. And I think you have to ask yourself, like, what is the value of this partnership?
Mm.
What would it bring to me? Um, can this like can this partnership redeem itself?
Mm.
Redeem to the travelers or to the hostel? Does it align with my targeted audience? You have to think you can like who to partner with, how to partner with them. Um, Choose the right partner to your targeted market. I think this is also something important. And by doing that, you're saving efforts, you're saving costs for everyone, like hostels, travelers, and yourself.
What are ways that hostels are like then cutting costs or maybe even making more profits from such partnerships?
Hmm. Like hostels, like I don't have many examples of this, but I think hostels having those kind of partnerships, basically they're driving more traffic
Mm,
to to their own hostel.
mm,
Um, let's say in the case of HostelHop, this is reducing their efforts into marketing by just using this partnership element that they have with HostelHop to promote it and just use it for their own benefit, I think.
yeah. Should hostels and platforms or should people in hospitality do it more? And why don't you think people are doing it currently, partnering up with each other?
I think nowadays, because the competition is so, this is what one thing that I think about. The competition shifted from the price to value. So
Mm,
now it's not about the price anymore. I think whoever focuses on price competition is actually not the right way of doing this.
mm,
Competition should be with value, and this is what it's shifting right now.
mm,
It's faster to plug into existing ecosystems,
yeah.
and for the long run also it's like helps you to build faster, to build quicker, having those partnership with other um, industry providers.
Mm,
And once like while you're doing that, with time you're building your own direct, let's say, customers and loyalty loop. You build yourself through the partnerships.
mm, yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting. So what you're saying is like don't push the price but push the value, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that's maybe like one of the things that are like hostels are not currently doing for building their loyalty. Would you say like could hostel brands like build their loyalty in house or yeah piggyback from partner ecosystems then?
Yeah, like for example, if you see nowadays people are focusing so much into direct booking and not depending on OTAs.
Mm,
My view on this is like you need those kind of partners, OTAs or transportation or whatever it is, to actually bring on more customers
yeah.
and convert those customers to direct booking, your own customers. Having those OTAs is actually a free advertising.
Mm,
Yes, you're paying a commission, but
mm,
still let's say you're having 30 to 50% direct bookings, but
mm,
still you need the other 50.
yeah.
So keeping those open to fill up the remaining 50%, that will give you an extra opportunity and a bigger window to convert those to your direct channels
Mm,
by time to get even higher from 50, let's say, to 80 or 90%. Depend on what your value is, what you're offering, how much,
mm,
like, of course, every hostel is different. What is your offer there? What is your value? People will like different things. You might not go to 100%. I don't think any hostel will go to 100% always, but at
mm,
least you maximize your profits
mm,
using those partners and driving more traffic. And also you have to make sure that you have enough um, features, elements, add-ons, descriptions of value that you have to convert those travelers to your own travelers.
yeah, yeah. No, I totally get it. So the OTAs can be you need to see it like a partnership with the OTAs. You're giving them a commission, but they're like 24/7 on, and that's why you also need to optimize your profile on there. Really show your brand, really like you say, shop window, make it as beautiful and tell your story via the OTAs, right?
Right. Like you're having this opportunity to showcase your product, your value, your hostel.
Mm.
So also one comment I need to add to this is like you have to make sure to communicate to the travelers. Like I've seen this in multiple hostels, like their listing or their description is it's not targeting the traveler, it's targeting the owners or managers, or it's like talking to a hostel person. So you have to talk to a traveler, to a backpacker. You have to make your description more attractive to the kind of travelers that you're trying to target. Most of people go for statics, like just describe the amenities, very basic. You have to showcase them in a way to attract the people that you want to come into your hostel. If it is a boutique hostel, you have a different description style. If it is party hostel, it's different. If it is, depends on what you have. You just show it in a very like a very good way that people will just be attracted to it.
Yeah, I think that's such interesting because that's brand, right? It's storytelling, telling your story through the shop window. Would you say the brand is important, but also the brand is connected to the experience that you're going to get there? So those are related, brand and experience.
So basically, the brand is okay. Let's say the experience is what the brand is providing.
Mm.
Right? So you have your name, you have your brand. Your brand is what are you providing? It's not just your name.
Yeah.
So the experience is what they are actually getting from your brand.
Yeah.
So those are like, I think hostels having the brand, like for example, a big hostel or let's say a small hostel, they have the similar values, they have the similar services, but the experiences that they provide could be different. And that's what builds the brand.
Yeah.
That's how you build your market awareness and attract more customers.
Yeah.
By giving more values and experiences. Reviews are really important to build your brand, for example.
Yeah.
This is the experience that people had, how they had it. It shows who you are.
Yeah.
It's like an identity. Your brand is your identity, I say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's totally true. What would be like your ideal world of like a hostel customer journey? Like, or yeah, how do you see that for you? So they see this shopping window, it's perfect. They come there, they feel the experience. They yeah. What would you add in this ideal world?
So yeah, from the start, like you have a beautiful shop, let's say. People pass, they see your shop from your window. They see your products, your value, they like it, they come in, they stay, they feel your product, they buy your product, they use it, they enjoy it, they leave, they recommend other people to your product. They say, oh, I had this experience, which is kind of the review or the word of mouth or a post or a video on Instagram or something. And then this is like the cycle. Like then other people come in curious about it, see your shop again. And that's the cycle. The more you attract people in a good way, like the more presentable and let's say beautiful your shop is, the more people will come in and experience what you have. And if your experience is what they are expecting, then this is how they will refer you or drive more traffic towards you. And it just goes on.
Yeah. And would you say that personal, like that the branding is personal or based on that? We already said it, right? It needs to be on based on the brand. If you talk with a boutique hostel, it needs to be different than, for example, a party hostel. Is that also in a way you communicate with your guests important? So being really focused on the persona that is coming in.
Yeah, I think it's very important to be clear to your audience because as I said, for example, if you're a party hostel, there are people that don't like, for example, noise. They will give you bad reviews and they will affect your rating, not because your hostel necessarily is not good. It's because they're not they didn't expect it, and there was no clear communication
Mm,
that your hostel is a party hostel. So I think having a clear description
mm,
of make you avoid this kind of situation that you get a bad review or a bad experience
mm,
from people. Like if I'm looking for something active, I'll find something like a party hostel. If I'm looking for something just cozy and be to myself, I'll look for like um, a boutique hostel, or let's say if I'm working or if I'm a digital nomad, let's say I'll look for a hostel which has like a common space, a co-working area. So I have to kind of, you just need to put on your products,
mm.
or make sure you describe it in a way to make it clear
Yeah,
for people who are looking for you, to
yeah,
be easier to find you, and to be easier to understand what they're gonna experience, what to expect
yeah,
in your hostel.
yeah. And those reviews then tell the story also from a different side. What would be like one of the biggest ways to have like an uplift in reviews? Is like nailing that storytelling that you're saying.
Okay, so I think to uplift the reviews, I would say the way you react to reviews, the
Mm,
way you, for example, what came up to my mind is like responding to the reviews by showcasing your value, and say, for example, somebody said, "Oh, I liked the hostel. They have a nice common area."
mm,
Then you can, as a response to this, you show what you have in your common area.
yeah,
So this will make the review look more strong when people are reading through before they book. Oh, they have, let's say, I don't know, they have a machine to buy stuff. They have a restaurant.
mm,
They have a working space. They have this. They have that. So whatever you have,
yeah,
try to mention it in the response in your review. So
mm,
people, when they read, they will know, oh, this hostel has this, this, and that. In case they didn't go through your description,
mm,
because I think travelers, first thing they do, they will see the pictures, they
mm,
would see the reviews, and then they would decide if they want to read through what you have.
yeah.
So mentioning those kind of values that you have in the review, it will actually bring up your hostel, and your like your it will ease the booking
Yeah,
flow to your hostel.
it's so interesting. So I learned a lot. I think this podcast really shows how, yeah, you can optimize your shopping window. That brand and storytelling are so important, and really understanding where you position and taking them on that experience, right? And then having them also tell the experience to other people that want to go to the hostel, so you get more travelers in that way. My last question is always about the
Yes.
future. And my question to you is, what will never change about the great hostel world, no matter how smart the tech gets?
Mhm. Like I think it's the connections, the experiences, the journey that the people wants to go through. This will be always something that won't change, because people want to meet people. People want to experience places,
Mhm.
experience hostels, experience countries, cities, activities, events. So I think this is something will never change, because it's been there since years and decades.
Mm,
Um, Hostels will actually grow. Maybe I see some change in the hostel like demand, like from travelers. They're looking for like a little bit more kind of, let's say not luxurious, but a little high level, let's
yeah,
say. But I feel like the experiences, the connections, the stories that happen in this industry will never change.
I love that answer. I love that. And Khalifa, big thanks for telling us so much about hostels and optimizing your shopping window and how you can gain traffic and how you can also gain traffic from the partnerships. I really loved our talk.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure. I hope I answered most of the questions with all the information needed, and I hope people seeing this video will benefit from it. And for sure, yeah,
Yeah.
glad to share.
Again, huge thanks. And to the listeners, I want to ask if you want to connect with us on socials or on the website, you can just subscribe. And remember, focus on your shopping window, have good photos, have good reviews, and gain traffic to your website for your hostel. I want to thank you all for listening, and I wish you all a great day.